In this lesson, I'll discuss how to make negative sentences. To form negative sentences, we need to put the word not after the helping verb or the main verb be. So here's an example. He was not eating lunch. So this is the past continuous tense. So we have the helping verb was, and then we have the word not to show negative, and then we have the main verb eating. And so that not means that action did not happen. The eating did not occur. There was no eating. And most negatives can be made into contractions. And so here's an example of a contraction for was not. He wasn't eating lunch. So make sure if you use the contraction that you say the T sound clearly at the end, because otherwise it will sound just like he was eating lunch. So to really make it clear for the listener that it's negative, make sure you say that T at the end very clearly, because that's what's letting the listener know that there's a not in that sentence, making it negative. He wasn't eating lunch. Here's another example. He will not eat lunch. So that's the future tense. And so we have the helping verb will. Then we have not to make the sentence negative, and then we have our main verb. And again, we can use a contraction to show that negative. We could say he won't eat lunch. And here's another example. He is not hungry. So here the main verb is be, and there's no helping verb. But that's okay. When the main verb is be, you just add not after that. He is not hungry. And again, we can have a contraction. He isn't hungry. So the problem we run into is with present and past tense negative sentences, because the present and the past tense do not have helping verbs. And so we have to use the helping verb do in those tenses. And so what that helping verb does is it shows the tense and it agrees with the subject, and then the main verb is in the base form. So that means nothing extra, no S, no ED, nothing like that. So here's an example. I do not eat lunch. So this is the present tense. I know because the helping verb do is in the present tense. It agrees with the subject I, and then we have the base form of the verb eat. And again, we can use a contraction to say this negative. We could say, I don't eat lunch. Here you can see the helping verb do has changed. She does not eat lunch. So now we have an S on the helping verb because this is a present tense sentence and the subject is third person singular, so that's why we need an S. And then the main verb is in the base form. So it's not correct to add an S here to the main verb. She does not eats lunch, because it's the helping verb do that shows the tense and agrees with the subject. And again, we can use a contraction. She doesn't eat lunch. And again, say your T really clearly so that people know that it's a contraction and you're making it negative, because that T shows the word not. That's all that's left of it, really. You don't really hear the N in there. And then she did not eat lunch. That's past tense. And the helping verb do now has become did to show the tense. But that main verb is still in the base form. So it's not correct to say she did not ate lunch, because that main verb needs to be in the base form for both the present and the past tense with negatives. And again, you can use a contraction. She didn't eat lunch. So let's practice what we've learned here. Let's form negative sentences from these affirmative sentences. So affirmative means positive. Number 1, she was pregnant. First of all, let's decide what is the tense. So the tense for was, that means it's past tense, right? And do we have a helping verb in this sentence? No, we don't. But we don't need one when the main verb is be. So was is the past tense of be, right? So that's okay. We can just put not directly after the verb be if it's the main verb. She was not pregnant, or she wasn't pregnant. Okay, number 2, he is studying English. First of all, let's decide what's the tense there. Is studying. I hope you guessed present continuous. And do we have a helping verb in that tense? Yes, we do. It's the verb is. Okay, so all you need to do to make that sentence negative is put not after the helping verb. So it becomes, he is not studying English. He isn't studying English. Number 3, he will go to the store. First of all, decide what's the tense. The tense is future, right? As soon as you see will, hopefully you know that's the future. And is there a helping verb with the future tense? Yes, there's the modal will. And so all we need to do is put not after the helping verb. He will not go to the store. He won't go to the store. Number 4, she has 4 children. What's the tense? Well, it's present tense, right? See that S there? So it's present tense, and that means there is no helping verb, right? So we have to give it the helping verb do in order to make the sentence negative. So we're going to add the helping verb does because the subject is she. And watch out for that main verb. It needs to be in the base form. So we're going to put the subject, then the helping verb, then the word not, and then the main verb in the base form. She does not have 4 children. She doesn't have 4 children. Number 5, his car had a flat tire. First of all, what's the tense? It's past tense, right? And do we have a helping verb? No. It's just that one verb, and it's not the main verb be, so we have to give it the helping verb do. And we have to make sure that that helping verb shows the tense and agrees with the subject. So if this is past tense, what's our helping verb going to be? I hope you guessed did, because that's going to show the past tense. And then we're going to put not, and then the main verb is in the base form. His car did not have a flat tire. His car didn't have a flat tire. And then last one, I do my homework. What tense do we have here? It's present tense, right? And do we have a helping verb? No. We need to give this sentence a helping verb because it's not the main verb be. It's just the verb do. So we need to give it a helping verb, do, and then the main verb is in the base form. So that's going to make it, I do not do my homework. So a lot of students hesitate there when they realize that the helping verb and the main verb are the same. They think there's a mistake there, but it's actually correct. So yeah, the helping verbs do, be, and have, it's possible to make sentences with those where the helping verb and the main verb are the same. So yeah, it might seem a little strange, but it is correct. Another way to convey a negative meaning, to communicate a negative meaning, is to use the word no. So when you use not to make a verb negative, Not comes after the helping verb. And what we're saying is that the action did not happen. We're focusing on the action. But when we use no, we use that to make nouns negative. And no comes before the noun. And when we use no, we're saying there's zero quantity of that noun. It's a quantifier. So here's an example. He does not have children. So here we're making the verb negative. And so we're putting not after the helping verb does. Another way we could communicate that idea would be by saying he has no children. So in the first one, we're saying it's a fact that he does not have children. We're focusing on the verb. In the second sentence, we're saying he has 0 children. Okay, and then here's another example. She did not eat lunch today. So we're using not because we're making the verb negative. She did not eat lunch today. That activity of eating did not happen. Another way we could communicate a similar idea is to say she ate no lunch today. So there we're using no to show that the quantity of the noun was 0. 0 of lunch. All right, let's review what we've learned. Put not after the helping verb or the main verb be if you want to make a sentence negative, to show the action did not happen. She is not wearing a heavy coat. So you can see our helping verb is, then we have not, and then we have the main verb. In the sentence, she is not cold, the main verb is be, and then we can just put not after that. Add the helping verb do to make negatives in the present and the past tense. And the helping verb do shows the tense and agrees with the subject. And then the main verb is in the base form. So here are some examples. I do not feel cold. So we have the helping verb do showing present tense and agreeing with I. Then we have not to make the sentence negative. And then we have the main verb feel in the base form. She does not feel cold. Now the helping verb do has an S on it to agree with the subject she, but that main verb is still in the base form. And for the past tense negative, the helping verb do becomes did to show past tense. Then we have not to make the sentence negative, and then that main verb is still in the base form, feel. Another way to make a sentence negative is by putting no before a noun to show that there is 0 quantity of that noun. As in, she takes no enjoyment from cleaning her house. So the noun there is enjoyment. That's a thing. And you'll notice takes, there's nothing making the verb negative. We could use not to make a negative verb to convey the same kind of idea if we said she does not enjoy cleaning her house. So there the verb is enjoy, and the helping verb do shows that it's present tense. Then we have not to make it negative, and then enjoy in the base form. So it means that activity of enjoying something does not happen. All right, so I would say probably the main thing to watch out for with negative sentences is the present tense and the past tense, because you have to remember to include that helping verb do. And don't forget the helping verb do agrees with the subject, shows the tense, and the main verb is in the base form.